Alright, what's going on, guys? So, welcome to the second part of our series with Ahmed here. In the first part, Ahmed told us about how to apply to schools in Germany, why he chose Germany, and he went in details about the processes required with uni assist and with notarizing your documents. So, I figured it was going to be a good idea to hear him talk to us about how to apply for a visa because he just came here in April this year, 2019, and is very much updated about the visa application process. So if you're ever wondering how to apply for a German student visa, this is the right video for you to watch. So Ahmed, it's nice to have you once again. And so right now I want to talk about the visa application process. So I know that there's a list of things that one has to do before you can get a German visa to come and study here in Germany. And so I would like you to walk us through the whole process from booking the appointment and doing all these things. And what's the first step? I think the first step is an admission. Am I right?
Sure. Yeah, the first step in actually getting or securing a German visa is to get an admission into any of the university in Germany. Basically, what you need to apply for visa in the German embassy, probably the consulate general in Lagos or rather Abuja. Yeah, the booking process, while I did mine, was to actually get my admission letter. There are two ways. Some will require you to get your admission letter, and some admission letter and enrollment certificate. So for my case, it's just It's just the admission letter that I used to apply, because I think the time to which I'm to resume is still a bit far. So the date I was given in the embassy was a bit close. So they felt I would not have enrolled as at that time. So they don't need my enrollment letter. So all I just did was to send my admission letter, my passport, data page, and one other document I can't really recall. But I think there are 3 documents I sent. The data page of my passport, my admission letter. I think that's the 2. Or if there are any other one, probably he would actually update you. So all you need to send it to either of 2 mails. There are 2 mails given to us to send to. The mail is online. You can get it online anywhere. So after sending it to the mail, then immediately they will reply you with a date. Instant. Some might not be immediately. It might be the other day.
Just a question. What of the payment slip? The slip of payment?
You don't need the slip of payment. You only need the slip of payment on the day, because you are paying on the day you are being interviewed. Instant. So after doing that, they'll send you a date. Instant. And on the day they will tell you if you are okay or you want to cancel. So they'll give you options of cancelling on your mail, because a link will be sent to your mail. So you need to even cancel, I think, 2 weeks before or so. If you don't do that 2 weeks before, there's a punishment for that. Or rather a week, I'm not so sure, but I think it's 2 weeks or a week before.
So just to summarize, if you want to book an appointment at the embassy, you need to have your admission letter.
Yes.
Sometimes they require an enrollment letter.
Yes.
So if you have that with you, both of them you'd send to them. And also the data page of your passport. So you guys, you need to get your passports ready. If you don't have one, go and get one. If you have one, check the expiry date so you can be on track. So just to reiterate again, your admission letter and enrollment letter, if you have that, and your data page of your passport. When you do this, you get an appointment date and you are allowed to cancel until 2 weeks to the date. Or if you cancel with less than 2 weeks, you have to pay a fine. So
I don't know if you have to pay a fine, but probably a punishment, or probably you'll be banned from applying for a period of time. I can't really remember.
Okay, so there's a punishment basically for canceling their appointment too late.
Not showing up. You know, if you don't show up, it means there's a problem. So instead of you not showing up, they rather want to give that appointment to another person. So if you don't cancel it earlier on and you don't show up, then there's a problem.
Okay, so guys, show up for your appointment. So people wonder about the fees. How much does it cost to apply for a German visa? I remember when I was applying, it was around 13,500 naira. That was about 65 euros or something like that. I don't know, the prices have changed now. I don't know if you can update us on that.
Yeah, as at April, I paid 30,500. Yeah, so it depends on the exchange rate, because you have to pay in euros. So, but as at April is 30,500. Yes. So you have to go there with cash. And if you know, just try to go with change, because sometimes it's difficult for them to get change. Then I still think I should go back to the visa application process, because as at 2 or 3 weeks ago, I noticed online that the process has changed now. Presently now, they felt that they are actually depriving some people from actually getting appointments, probably because of late admission and the likes. And if you have a late admission and the winter or summer visa schedule is closed, then I think you either defer, which some schools here don't do, or you reapply again. So what they do now is basically you register. After registering, when you get your admission, I think you send the document to them. So what they are doing basically now is that you are given a date according to your enrollment date. Understand? So those that are getting far enrollment date, understand, whenever you upload your admission letter, they will give you date that is a bit far. So that those that their enrollment is closer, they will give them appointment immediately. So the processes has changed now. So you register first, they acknowledge that you've registered. Then when there is what's it called? When there is full information like your enrollment date and admission letter, then they will give you a date according to when your enrollment would elapse.
Okay. So, guys, now that's an updated process, and if I can summarize what Ahmed has kindly told us here, it's no longer a matter of first come, first serve. So you can apply very, very early, but you still get a very late appointment. It's now a matter of when is your enrollment at your university going to begin. So some schools have earlier enrollment dates. If a person has been admitted by such a school with an earlier enrollment date, the embassy is going to give the person an early date for the interview, so the person can get the visa in time to go to the school. But if your enrollment date is still far, they wouldn't give you an early date. They will give you a late date for your appointment, visa appointment, because you can still catch up with your enrollment even at that far date. So that's the new process now. So I think if you go on the embassy website at lagos.diplo.de, you can also find out the exact way to register yourself and all these kind of things. So I know when I was applying for my own visa, I remember I woke up very early, around 3 or 4 a.m. that day. I arrived at the embassy at 6 or 5:30, and they called us in around 7 a.m. So I was there over 1 hour before they called us in, and some people came very late also, and some people did not even have their documents arranged. Some people didn't have the necessary photocopies, all these kind of things. Even when we were inside, some people did not know what they were going to ask them for the interview. So I don't know if you can briefly comment on the day of the visa interview. What can you expect? What does that day look like? And so basically from the moment you wake up, when should you be waking up? When should you be getting there? Up to when you are inside there and you are interviewing, you are in front of the visa interviewer. What's the whole process like that entire day?
Yeah, I think I should start with, to be sincere, whenever you are prepared, at least you won't have too much fear. Because for everyone who wants to go to an interview, you don't know what you'll be asked. Even for a prof who they want to interview, there will still be this little fear in him or her. So what I would just advise is for you to prepare very hard. Go and learn about Germany, generally economy, everything about Germany, just learn. You don't know which might be asked. Now, for the process on that day, all I did was to wake up very early. I'm a Muslim. So I was thinking, if I do not pray, because prayer, most times, you'll be told to come 1 hour earlier, and prayer will fall around that period. In fact, I was so confused. I don't know what to do. And I was to go myself. So I had to talk to my mom. So she dropped me. So as I was getting to the gate, there is a mosque close by the gate of the embassy. That was when I actually observed my prayer, for those that are Muslim in case. Understand? So I got there around, I think, past 5. And my interview was scheduled for 7. Yeah. So when I got there, there is this popular guy they used to call policing, that you be careful of the guy. He would destabilize your day. Understand? And I found it to be true on that day. Understand? So all you need to do is get all required documents, most especially the photocopies. Get the required photocopies you need, and when you get there, you don't have any problem. So policing, that's the guy. He will tell you how to arrange it. Understand? It will be there. There is no really particular order. Sometimes you might not even remember again. Understand? Although there is a particular order, the best order is to arrange it the way your checklist is being printed. There's a checklist.
Okay.
So the way the checklist is, arrange it in that manner.
So the checklist is on the embassy website.
Yes, it's on the embassy website, and there are various categories of checklists. Some for PhD, some for MSc. So all you just need to do is to arrange it according to the checklist. So after arranging it according to the checklist, whenever it calls it, it will be quite easier for you to bring out and place, because you have to make 2 photocopies and arrange it in twos and your original separately. So immediately he's calling the photocopy, you place it in twos upside down, and the original two you place it upside down too. So until you finish calling the documents. Understand? So after that, then it's good. But whenever you are destabilized, maybe he called something and you're wearing fast, man. So I also had an issue with him because I made photocopy of my embassy motivation letter. I made just 1 copy handwritten. I never knew I was to make photocopy, but it was like I wouldn't escape it, that I would have to get another date when I get inside. But to be sincere, you might be lucky, you might not be lucky. I was lucky that the interviewer actually gave me time to write, or she even made photocopy for me. Understand? But you might not be lucky and you'll be sent out. Understand? So I think basically that is what you have to do on that day. Probably then for the questions asked, yeah, like I said, go and learn everything about Germany. For my own interviewer, compared to a friend's own, it was like we were discussing. It now depends on the way you approach them. Majority of those people, the person that interviewed me she's a black, yeah. So she was friendly at first, so I also brought it, like I took it to her friendly too. So when I started, I asked her about day, has she taken anything this morning? She said no, she just took tea. So with that familiarity, she started. She asked me some questions for like 10 minutes. I thought I was done with the interview, to be sincere. The next thing I will hear is the interview is about to begin proper. I was like, wow. So all I've answered now is just waste. Why Germany? Why not Canada? Like you just asked. Why not Canada? Why not US? Blah, blah, blah. I gave her the reasons. She asked me what course. I said mathematics. Is that what I did in my bachelor's? I said yes, that's what I did in my bachelor's. Why mathematics? So I gave her the answer also. Then she asked me about the school. Which school am I going to? I said TUM. Where is it located? I said in Munich. Why TUM? Instead, so I explained. I gave her a lot of reasons, but she was so marvelous. She shook her head and smiled. Instead, then I knew she had no problem with me. Yes, that popular question about how many states are there in Germany. You might be lucky they will not ask you to list it, but I was asked to list it. Yeah. So I listed everything because I've memorized them. And the countries that actually borders Germany, that is also a regular question. There are some regular questions you should expect. Mm-hmm. So you should actually try as much as possible to prepare for them. Like the states in Germany, countries that borders Germany, why Germany, why the school, and so many other things. But basically those 4 or 5 questions, just perfect yourself on it so that you won't be there and be shivering. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, one needs to, on that day, you need to try as much as possible. The way you treat the interviewer, that's how you be treated also. Exactly. So if you are friendly, also the person will open up to you. Yeah. And you should try as much as possible to learn things about Germany as much as you can. So state and capital, how many states are there? About the course you want to study, you should know everything about the course. Why do you choose Germany? Why not Canada? Why not US? You'll be able to explain all these kind of things. And general German culture, you have an idea. Okay. So that's very, very clear for us now to understand that. So finally, I'd just like to ask you, so how long on average does it take to get a visa? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 1 week? Is it 3 weeks? How long on average do you think it takes?
If you are using block account and you block before your interview, expect your visa earlier. So earlier should be around 4 weeks, just a month maximum. Some gets around 3 weeks. So I got around 3 weeks and some days. I think 2 days. Understand? But if you don't block before the interview, I'm not saying you might not get early, but the probability of getting early is very, very slim. Yeah. But if you are using SL2, sponsorship letter, you try to get it earlier so that they do the confirmation as they are sending your documents down to Germany. But if you are just sending later, they will have to confirm first before they have to issue the to you, the visa to you. So it is best if you want to get your visa early. I had someone who got it around 7 to 8 months. That was 2 months after. It was even closed. 7 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks, sorry. So at some point they will tell you to send your enrollment date to be sure if they should give you this visa or not. So if your enrollment date has passed, then I'm sorry, you might not get a visa. So it's always good sometimes when you notice it's already 4 or 5 fifth week and you know that your enrollment is closed, quickly mail your school. As an international student, you are eligible to be given what's it called an extension. So you'll be extended. So you now mail the embassy that your school has extended the enrollment date for you. So with that, I think you can get a visa. But basically, online what we see 4 to 6 months. So if 6 weeks, sorry, I don't know why I'm mentioning more. So at the end of the day, if it's more than 6 weeks, then I think there's a problem somewhere. If you don't get your visa early too, you can actually mail the what's it called, the local government you are going to. Yeah, you can mail them to be sure they've actually brought your document there. Okay. Sometimes there is a problem in the embassy. Your document might be left in the embassy. They wouldn't have sent it there. So if you can call them, mail them to ask, instead they'll give you a reply.
To recap on that last point, if there's significant delay in your visa process, so maybe you went on the same day with some people and all the people you went together with, they have their visas already and you don't have your own, it's also a good idea to message the city where you are coming to in Germany. So if you are coming to Munich, for example, message the city authority in Munich and ask them if your documents have even arrived there in the first place. So because sometimes all the people working at the embassy are human beings and there's always some mistakes here and there. So maybe they forgot your documents and you didn't send your documents to your city which you are coming to in Germany. So you should, if it's taking you too long, get in touch with the embassy, but also get in touch with your city, and so just to cover our ends. And yeah, I wish you all the best.